Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shlitva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Master, if one follows a devious path, one will suffer in trying to retrace one's steps. It takes a long time to achieve liberation. A man may fail to obtain it in this life. That means every man has an option that he can somehow or the other finish his part of attainment of God, the only purpose of human life in this very life. He may fail to obtain it in this life. Means my struggle, my attainment in this life depends upon how much I can sacrifice, how much I can devote, how much I can feel longing for God, and not on my fate or not on my any karmic load or the vasanas, but the struggle to go beyond the limitations of karma is within my hands. It demands, if you want anything, Sri Ramakrishna used to say, you have to pay the full amount for buying that. 100%, not even a little concession will be given here. So, you be ready to pay its price and you will be getting that. That's all. Means in this very life, irrespective of our age factor also, we might be senior citizens, advanced in age, still there is life in us. That remaining part, within the remaining short, Sri Ramakrishna is, if you can weep for God 3 days and 3 nights at a stretch, with one mind seeking it, you will realize God. So much of assurance. Here, no factors, no qualifications or no conditions come into picture. It is unconditional. Feel longing, you will get it. So, perhaps he will realize God only after many births. Many births he has to take, many struggle, many lives of struggle, he may be able to. The opportunity is given, everything has been favorable, all things are conducive, finish off the task. Day and night sit and call on God and finish off the task. A few years of struggle, rest of the life and beyond you are eternal free. When you are in this body with all mind, senses, past, everything, you will be free, totally free from the nature. Nature can no more bind you. You are in the ocean of bliss. The pleasure and pains of world can't touch you. So that is the freedom. You will be Jivan Mukta, totally free from, liberated from nature, and nature's law do not apply to you. Next the question comes, Sri Ramakrishna is clearing one by one doubt. Because the question is, then the people in the world, worldly people, householders, the householders too will be liberated. Means they have got lot of duties and responsibilities to discharge. There are obligations they have to meet. So all that, with all that, is it possible bringing up the family, earning, everything? That is the question. Sri Ramakrishna says here, They perform, sages like Janaka performed worldly duties. Not only you, all people who have come into this world, they have done the worldly duty. If not anything, even if you become a mendicant, you have to go from door to door to take your bhiksha. Some place to place your head, some shelter to live. All these are needed, and worldly duties come into picture the moment you try to protect this body. So, all that they also did, they attained. Here Sri Ramakrishna says, sages like Janaka performed worldly duties. They performed them bearing God in their minds, as a dancing girl dances keeping jars and trays on her head. They performed them bearing God in their minds. This is one of the most important doubt and question people ask. Oh, I have got so many duties and obligations to discharge. Where will I get time? It is not at all the question. He says, Sri Ramakrishna, he gives the example of Janaka. He is a king. Look at we have not been given the responsibility of the neighbors even. Not even a small village. He has to rule the country. And imagine constant wars and this, that, enemies. As a king, how much of responsibility he bears on his head. Every family in his kingdom he has to look after. He is the parent of all the citizens of his nation. So with all that responsibility, we have been given a small responsibility to bring up a family and to sacrifice a little for the society. Not much is given. And that if you must be able to, when a king performs all his duties, but how did they do? Keeping the mind. Today also, I was in somewhere and some people came to meet, and an educated young person, he asked me this question. Swamiji, you are telling to do a little. I told him, both are essential in our life. The secular and spiritual. We can't leave away this secular and go. It is inevitable part of our life. I have to maintain my bodily existence. And so many karmas have to work out, and wherever God and nature keeps me is the best place to work out the karmas. So when karmas are there pending, it is inevitable. You can't run away. Wherever you go, your karmas will chase you. So nature has selected a safe and fine place for you, where you can, maybe lot of problems and sufferings or whatever is there, but it is the right place for you to work out your karma and evolve. So this, when the God has made all this arrangement and kept you here, but you have to perform all this. This is inevitable. You cannot leave and run away from the world. So secular is necessary, but it will never give you peace. You will never get freedom. You will never get the bliss, ananda, because you are in the world which is asukham anityam lokam. Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, anityam asukham lokam imam prapsya bhajasvama. Having come to this world which is anitya, everything is momentary, is passing events of life. You see, from childhood we have spent, where nothing is there. My childhood is gone, youth is gone, old age is going now to end the life. So how it is going? Everything is anitya, you can constantly see. Anityam, asukham. There is no sukha in here. Sukha is within you. There is nothing in the world. So, objects of enjoyment may be there in the world, but the happiness and joy has to come from within. You may eat the matter which you think will give you joy. Joy comes from within. Indriya and Indriya Vastu. When they come in contact with each other, the joy is released from your heart. It is not, doesn't come. This loka is asukha. Sukha is within you. You have to search within if you want. So this is inevitable part of your life. And you have come to here. If you want happiness, if you want, every jiva is seeking. We have come from the transcendental into the relative. And our hearts constantly are searching of every jiva, not only I and you or the spiritual aspirants, no. Every jiva, even an ant or a devata, is constantly seeking, I want happiness, and that happiness must be unbroken. I want peace, and it must be everlasting. And I want freedom, it must be eternal. These three we are, because it is my own inner nature. I am that. And I have lost my identity and identified with the body. So I have to go back. So when you are seeking these three, this can come only through the inner life, spiritual life. It has nothing to do with your external life. Let external life go on as it is without getting altered. Getting up in the morning, taking your tiffin and running to the office for earning, coming back. All these duties and responsibility of let it go on. But inner heart you give to God. Praise God. This is what Sri Ramakrishna says. He insists again and again how to do. These are two scriptures in this world. One is Bhagavad Gita, and for the present there is one more, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. They don't tell only the God realization or what God is, but takes you to a state in which you can live in the world and attain God. They expect you to live in the world. How to live in the world? And when I told this, he said, Swamiji, it is impossible to do. I am zero in spiritual life because I have no time to think even of what is spiritual. So I said, no, you have plenty time. 24 hours a day you have free time for your inner life. Outer life may be busy. You may be working for 18 hours a day. It doesn't matter. There are two watertight compartments. Something else can go on happening within you, and it is happening. You are doing all the duties of your life, and what is your mind doing? Constantly, it is in monologue and dialogue. Constantly going on. He will tell, I will do this, I will do that. He told me like that, I will reply like this. It's so constantly it's going on. Unbroken mind is constant. Can it not? Same thing, doing all the duties, can it not go on thinking of the divine? Can your heart, which is holding on to the small passing events of life and the property which is going to be lost within a few years, that heart can it not be given to God instead of moha maya holding on this world within this world? So you have every freedom. Show love to all. Serve everyone lovingly, but give your heart to God. Do all the duties of your life without fail, diligently, with all dedication, but see that your mind is the inner part of your existence is given to God. External mind is working internal. And all the duties, what are you going to do with these duties, what you have done? What you are going to do every day from morning till night? Offer it to God. Let it be a worship unto God. Whatever you have done in your life from morning till night, let it be offering. Every moment in training center when we were brahmacharis at Belur Math, we used to do minimum work, our own maintenance, that's all. Our building of training center, and cooking is done by someone, food is given by someone, all the duties of the mutt is taken care of. Only training center, we and our acharyas. No other duties, no other work. So, there will be just like college, we will be going and coming. Throughout the day we will be busy. We have to do small works, say going to the shrine and cleaning the shrine, or gardening a little within the training center. About half an hour in the morning and half an hour in the evening, or in maximum it will be 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening. So that 1 hour, whatever possible work, without but keeping the mind on God, constant remembrance of God. I have to sweep, I have to clean the latrine bathroom. That's my duty this month. So after while keeping the broomstick, while putting the cloth, wiping cloth for drying after washing, we will offer all the work that I have done with this particular act, cleaning the dormitory. Cleaning, I finish, suppose I take half an hour, at the end of half an hour, I keep all things where they are and offer that, consciously offer that work to God. We repeat the mantra, Thakur, I have come here only for your sake. I am doing all this. I have nothing to gain or lose by doing this. And I have no purpose other than seeking you. So I am just doing this my duty for your sake. Don't leave me, don't forget me. See that I will not forget you. So this constantly inner dialogue with God, this happened, that happened, just like mind is going on thinking. Now we bring God into picture and we start contemplating on God, talking to God, offering to God, doing all duties. We will be reading our scriptures. Bhagavad Gita exams are there, like school and college. But while reading the text, suppose gospel I am reading, I will be sitting in front of my shrine and reading as if I am reading and making them hear. Otherwise I read to myself. Now I read to God. Oh Lord, you listen, I am reading gospel. See what am I doing? You see here what I am doing. We sit in the front of, so that all activities are consciously offered to God. And not even a single moment is wasted. Whatever I do to learn myself the scriptures, I am teaching God, the scriptures to God. I am making Him hear. In temples and even in our Shivaratri day, after the main offering is given, food offering is given, we offer all types of entertainments to God. Singing will be there, singing will be offered, Vedic chantings, the 4 Vedas will be chanted and offered. Then dance, musical instruments, whatever. After food, bhojanante seva, service to the Lord. We go on offering. Like that, somebody will come and read Bhagavata, somebody will come and read Bhagavad Gita with meaning, and it's an offer to God. Now I have the opportunity of doing all these activities. Just like I offer there to the Lord in the shrine, I offer this in my personal shrine, in my heart shrine. The Lord is sitting. I need not even look at the shrine. He is ever with me in my heart. Listen, I am going to read now. So this becomes the unbroken contact with Divine. And I am doing all the duties. Everybody is satisfied. I am not doing any injustice anywhere. No compromise in my work or duties. Everything is going on smoothly. I am doing joyfully because it is an offering to my most beloved Lord. So, how did they do the Janaka and all? Keeping the mind on God. Without allowing mind to go anywhere, and Lord to constantly dwell in their mind. Dwelling in the mind means keeping the God in mind, means all the vrittis that come in mind must be involving God. Everything is concerned with God. Any thought, anything concerned. Tomorrow I have to go for an exam. Suppose I am a student, and how much of tension will be there. Oh, I have to do the exam. Now, even there, the thought of exam, which makes me forget everything, it has to be completely, God is brought into the picture. So that my exam, my responsibilities, my duty, my fear and God are together. Not leaving God. So it is like a universal set in which God also is there. In every thought of yours, God must be included. Every thought, God must be included. I am going somewhere tomorrow. If that thought comes, it must be include God within it. Then every thought that rises in mind is included in God. Now, whenever I say, I go to somewhere, I go to my village. When I say I go to the village, I always go to the village with clothes on. I can never, but I am not including the cloth. Any cloth I may wear, but always clothes will be there. Body will be there. But I say I am going. I am not this cloth I am wearing. I don't even say I am going with cloths, put on cloths, I am going to my village. Because I can never think of myself except while taking bath. I can never, where the door is closed. I can never think of my being without clothes. Like that, your mind should never be without God. They attended to all things of this world, and every activity involves mind, and that mind includes God always. It can never think of anything without God. It must be practice. So it must be a constant, unbroken practice that you do again and again, put efforts. It will miss. Again and again try to do. Because I started this process early in my life. Almost when I finished my matriculation, that is 10th standard, and entered the pre-university onwards. Probably at that time, I should not forget God. I should not forget God. All things I will do, I will not forget God. morning getting up. With getting up, I take that vow. But when I come at night and sit and just contemplate how did my life go today, I will see hours have passed without remembering God. A friend face while going in cycle, I constantly think of God. My attention doesn't get diverted anywhere till I reach this college. The moment I look at a friend's face, already I've totally forgotten God. By the time I stop the cycle and come, again my class is going on. Everything is again silent. Suddenly I will remember, oh yo, I've forgotten God. What is this? What am I doing here? Again start. Just gaze at this, trying to grasp what is he writing on the blackboard, what is he teaching. And from deep inside, something like some octopus stretching to hold God by the side and grasp on another side. Intellect trying to grasp, mind trying to hold. Again, within no time, hardly a minute has passed, again it is missing. I am totally involved in the subject. Again, when the bell rings, again there rings in the mind, oh, you have forgotten God. How were you able to live? That question stands. So, as we progress, as the time goes, these efforts, the frequency will go on increasing. After about 3 months, when I used to come at night, morning I will take the same vow, I will not forget today, I will be very cautious, and when I come back after 3 months, a little more frequency. I used to see about 10 minutes or 15 minutes I might have remembered God totally in a day after taking vow till I go to bed, and then it increases. Oh, today I have thought of God, I have kept half an hour on God. Doesn't matter if 21 and a half hours is wasted. That joy, it goes on, frequency with which the divine thought comes, increases because of your abhyasa. And the more and more you withdraw from the world means desires and attachments, not the duties. You have to look after your children. You have to go to the school. You have to do all the responsibilities lovingly, with full concentration and full dedication, but no attachments, no bondages. So this constitutes keeping God in mind. Keeping the God in mind, they perform. Sri Ramakrishna says, you see, sages like Janaka performed worldly duties. They performed them bearing God in their minds. As a dancing girl dances keeping jars and trays on her head. She keeps, you can see, dancing girl. Many places, even in circuses, you can see so many things, and they'll be moving about, dancing about. Where is their attention? Whole attention is to balance on the walking on the rope. While walking on the rope, the one stick will be there. His whole attention is on the balancing. A little this way, that way, he falls down. They walk. So this is what we see Sri Ramakrishna telling, keeping God in mind, bearing God in mind, they perform the duties of life. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.